sound. This little thing back here is going to go. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm being a millennial.
By lighting things on fire?
Money specifically. On rent. Ah! Segue!
Bienvenidos a otro episodio de PHT Café in English. Welcome to PHT Café. I'm Edwin. This is Danny, my brother. We're real estate agents in the Central Florida area. We own a brokerage called PEREZ Home Team, and we bring this pretty cool show to you once a week about real estate and other fun things. And we hope you like it and keep watching because, please. What's up, Danny? What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. I'm good.
Nice. I like that.
Real good. Real good. I'm doing great. Are you doing great?
I'm doing real good. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A lot of things happening with
we're so
PEREZ
busy.
Home Team lately, which is super cool. Very busy, but that's good. You guys are keeping us busy, so
Yeah, thanks.
you guys.
Today's topic actually was given to us by somebody on Facebook. We asked people who watch the show if they could give us some ideas of what they would want to listen to, and this one was actually from my cousin, our cousin
Lissy.
our cousin Alyssa PEREZ,
So,
who wanted to know how to get her shit together as a millennial in order to be able to buy a house.
yep, those were our actual words.
Those were her actual words.
And last show, too, we got to give a shout out to our uncle, Rey Peña, who
Yes.
suggested a Spanish episode.
Spanish episode did so well. There's
Yes.
so many people.
Fantastic. A lot of
man.
views, some really good feedback, a lot of shares. So thank you to our Spanish-speaking friends.
Or should we say
Okay.
gracias? Gracias. If anybody else has any other suggestions on something that they want to watch on our show, something they want us to talk about, real estate related or otherwise, let us know and we will dive on in there. Today's episode, dedicated to Miss Alyssa PEREZ, is entitled Millennial Madness.
Millennial Madness.
Because I like alliteration.
Millennial Madness.
You put an accent on it, maybe that'll help.
Madness.
I don't know what accent you're doing,
know.
but I know you're doing it wrong. So the very first point that we want to throw across that I tried to bring to life in a sort of performance art by lighting that dollar bill on fire is that most of you are throwing away your damn money on rent.
You are, and
You're
it's not like
throwing it
it's not like the Phoenix. It's not coming back because if you're throwing it away,
It's not like the Phoenix. You are paying somebody else's mortgage.
in the garbage can. Do millennials have garbage cans,
Yeah.
or do they recycle everything?
Yeah. Jesus. That's just the first point we want to drive across, is that you are throwing away your money on rent. You're paying rent, and you're never going to see that money again. And that's a bummer.
When you own a property, you're paying down your mortgage if you do have a mortgage, but that home or that property keeps appreciating or going up in value, which it begins to create a savings for you. So if you're not creating that savings account and you're not getting the value of the property, then you're just doing it for someone else. So someone's getting the benefit of that rent. But if you're the one paying the rent, that someone is not you. Now go to your room.
So next, I think the biggest barrier that a millennial has against buying an actual house is a mental barrier. And that is because you've never done it before, because you're ignorant on the process, you in your head have already decided, well, I can't do that. It's not something that I can do. Like, I can't afford it. My credit's not good enough. Whatever it is in your head that you have put as an obstacle of why you can't buy a house, more than likely wrong.
Yeah, it's probably wrong because people of all ages, all walks of life, and all income brackets buy properties all the time. And the age doesn't matter. I actually bought my very first property at 19 years old. If you get past that mental barrier and you kind of just analyze it with common sense, you'll realize that it's just a better option to purchase a property instead of renting.
I spoke to a friend recently, and he asked me if I could help him find a house for rent. And I was like, yeah, of course. Your family, I could absolutely do that. However, why? Why are you looking for something to rent and not buy? And his first response is, we're not really in a position to buy. Right? Okay, fair enough. How do you know that?
Exactly.
Who have you spoken to?
Like based on what?
Yeah, based on what are you not in a position to buy? And after a little bit of a conversation with him, it was literally just based off of a fake mental barrier that he put in his head of just, oh, I have no idea. I just assumed that I can't buy a house right now. So get over that mental barrier. That is the hardest thing. That is the biggest thing stopping you right now is in your own head. It's not a real thing. And then we'll move to our next step, which is, I don't know. I don't remember what my notes are. Let's find out. Okay, get over I can't buy.
Reading notes together.
Everything we think is true is reality until we realize we're wrong.
500 years ago, the Earth was flat.
It was flat.
It was flat until somebody was like, oh, whoops. It's not flat.
Just kidding. I feel like you just hijacked my random thought and just went down your own little existential rabbit hole.
Sorry.
I don't appreciate that crap. So obviously the biggest thing that you need to think about when buying anything, especially a home, such a big purchase, is your finances.
Yep.
So I think when my cousin who asked about this asked me, she was asking about that, like, how do I get my finances in order?
Mm-hmm.
The short answer of that is, I don't know. Let me ask you a question that you're not going to be able to answer. No, not you, them. But you're not going to be able to answer it because I'm talking to a camera. But do you have a job? If you answered yes, you're off to a great start. I don't know your finances. I don't know what state they're in, and I can't tell you that because I am not a lender or a mortgage broker. The reason I say that is because mortgage brokers will not charge you to have a conversation. Always free.
And no obligation.
And no obligation. And that. So all you gotta do is get in contact with a mortgage broker who will look over your credit, look over your income, put all those into their formula, and figure out exactly what it is that you need to get to that point of buying a house. Now, when I said you can buy a house, I don't necessarily mean at this moment.
Correct.
You might need to do a couple things and change a couple things around to be able to then get approved for a loan. The mortgage broker will walk you through those steps.
You might need to save some money for the down payment. You might qualify for some down payment assistance. But now you're not depending on your misconceptions about what the process might be or the fact that you might not be ready. Now you're actually listening to a professional that can tell you and prepare kind of like a roadmap, and is based on a professional's opinion, not just kind of what we think or what our neighbor said or what our mom said. They do give us advice, people that have been through the process of purchasing, but and they don't come from a bad place, but a lot of times we do get bad information from them.
One of my favorite things that our preferred lender says when she's talking to someone, they're like, oh, well, this person told me this and this person told me that. And she'll just look them in the eye and go, stop listening to everyone else. Only ask me if you have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing that we say to people about real estate. This is what I do every single day. I am an expert at this. Do not ask your mom, who is a third grade teacher. Nothing wrong with third grade teachers, but they don't do mortgages all day. They teach the third grade. Don't ask your uncle, who's a mechanic, because guess what? He doesn't do mortgages all day. He works on cars.
Unless your uncle is a mechanic that does mortgages.
Yeah, unless
Which
he's
is different.
Which is totally different. But if he does both of those things, chances are he's not an expert at either one. Another thing that the mortgage people can bring up to you is that they have first-time homebuyer programs, they have down payment assistance programs, they have a ton of different programs your mortgage broker will know. And again, it is free, it is no obligation. It's just a conversation of saying, hey, you know what, I'm interested in buying a house. What do I need to do about that? And they'll let you know. They want you to buy a house.
So call us at 407-913-4344 and we will definitely get you in contact, or in touch rather, with the right person to walk you through that process. Millennial. So if you've spoken with the mortgage broker, you got your loan, you work with the PEREZ brothers, the Realtor brothers, to find you the property that you're looking for. We gave you the key.
Oh, you put it upside down.
And we're at the closing table and you're getting this bad boy. Look at that.
Right, that's actual size.
Yes, this is the size.
Keys in Florida are crazy.
BT dubs to my fellow millennials. We are a real estate company.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, we are. We are.
Cool.
So if you're thinking about buying real estate, contact the PEREZ Home Team. If you're thinking about selling a property in the Central Florida area, or actually throughout Florida, contact the PEREZ Home Team. We would be more than happy to help you.
Word.
We have a great system in place.
Word.
We love what we do,
Word.
and it's all about you.
Word.
Let's close it up. We're going to close up the show. And close.
Guys, don't forget to snip our snap, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast, and don't forget to check out PerezHomeTeam.com. And let us know if you guys have any questions or concerns about anything you saw in this episode or any of our other episodes. Go on and shoot us a Call-y Wally or